guys, what's up? Hope you're having a good day. So as you can tell from the title, we're going to be fixing a common issue with the 2000 to 2001 Jeep Wrangler 4.0 engines, and that is heat soaking. And I kind of had to learn what that was. I didn't know the term for it. And basically what it is you get your Jeep hot, you run it for a while, you stop at the store or something. You come back in the Jeep later, about 10 minutes, and you turn it on, and it idles really rough. It sounds terrible, and you don't have any power, and it's just bad. But it goes away in a few minutes after sitting there. That is heat soak, and what that is you're actually getting like a vapor lock in cylinder 3. It's so hot right there from your intake manifold. All that heat is vaporizing the fuel right there in cylinder 3. And so what you can do to avoid that is you can get a heat shield kit. You can do several other things, but what I decided to do is get the heat shield kit, and hopefully that's going to prevent any rough idling when I go back to start it. Really hope this will fix it. So I'm going to show you the kit I bought and how to put it in. Also forgot to mention that I am going to be cleaning my throttle body while we're in there. I have no idea how dirty it is or how clean it is, but just figured while we're in there, I'll kind of show you how to take that off and clean it. Alright guys, so this is the kit I got. It's from Design Engineering. Their website was out of stock, and it was also like $70 something, but I found this on eBay, I think. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description, but I think I got this for 50 bucks, free shipping. Cool. I love when people include nice instructions. That's nice. Cool. This looks like the intake manifold shield, little stickerage. This looks like for the fuel rail. Got some cool Velcro. That's nice. O-rings for the injectors. I honestly don't know if I will completely take the injectors out and put these on. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Oh, these wrap around the injectors too. Okay, cool. Alright, so here's what we're working with. Here's the throttle body. And then here's my fuel rail, my injectors. So that heat shield kit is gonna go over this, the injectors, and then over the intake manifold. You can see right here, I don't know if this is from the factory. I'm guessing it's from the factory, but it is pretty destroyed, it's crappy. So we're gonna replace that, and this new unit goes over the whole thing. All right, so first thing, we're gonna take the air intake off. There's just a little hose clamp right here. I think it's a 5/16. There's a regular hose clamp. This one's actually pretty loose. All right. Also, we'll take this little guy off so we can move it out of the way. And then move this guy out the way. Really should be pretty silver in there. Yeah, that's not cool. So, good thing we're cleaning it. All right, so now we're gonna start taking these throttle cables off. This one just kind of pinches off like that. And this one, I think, goes forward, yeah. Probably wanna close there it is. Comes off just like that. And this is just a little spring. I think we'll just pop it off. Maybe, there it goes. And now, you can remove these little connectors here. There we go. So there's just these little tabs you press down here and give them a yank. All right, next you wanna get your socket. An extension helps. And you'll remove these 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cool. There's the gasket. Yeah, pretty dirty in there, I'd say. All right, guys, here's the intake and the spacer. So I actually did look this up, and this is correct. This is supposed to be the top, air in. So I guess this label's on backwards. That's annoying. So anyway, we're gonna hit it with some throttle body cleaner and clean her all up. All right, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. Doesn't look too bad. So next I'm going to take this bracket off just so I can have some more room to work with. So it's just this bolt here and this bolt here. Oh, wow. What in the world? Oh my gosh. We broke a bolt in half. That's what that snap was. Unreal. Look at that freaking crap. Okay, then make sure you take the cables out of this housing, this little retainer thing, and then we can put it over here. All right, now we got some more room. All right, so now I'm gonna try to take this electrical cover off. Pretty scared because I know it's brittle, but just apply firm, even pressure, and hopefully it'll come out. So I'll be able to take this out and then remove this little crappy piece of junk. Whew. Scary. There we go. Now I think we can take this piece of garbage out. Wow. I'd say that is a bunch of crap. Here's the intake manifold. You can see the exhaust manifold under there, and you know that thing gets crazy hot. So this is the third cylinder, so all this heat from this big old hole is coming up and just cooking that thing right here too. Cylinder 2 doesn't care about, 1 doesn't really care about as much. So we're gonna try to fit that new thing right here. All right, so that is now in. So what I'm really wanting to do, I really don't want to disconnect this fuel line and bleed the system and things like that. I want to try on this fuel rail just to cut some slits to fit over the holes and just kind of finagle it onto there. And then I'll wrap these injectors with the little wraps. So that way all I have to do is put this back on and it's pretty much done. So normally you'd want to pull the fuel rail, change out the O-rings, clean them off. But for this, I'm just gonna wrap the fuel rail and the injectors. How I'm gonna get this on here, I'm simply just gonna make slits down here in the injector holes. That way I don't have to actually wrap it with taking it off. So I'm just gonna cut down here, and the Velcro should be enough to keep it all in one piece and it won't be flopping around. So I'm gonna cut those real quick. Alrighty, everything went on pretty, well, I made it difficult for myself because I kept this rail on, but it wasn't the worst. These little slots kind of fit in pretty good. I did have to cut one for this. I don't know why that didn't have a slot, but I just cut a little slot for that. This is injector 3, so this is the important guy. Alright guys, here's the finished product. It wasn't too terrible without taking everything apart. The hardest part was this rail. Other than that, they all went on pretty good. So yeah, now we're just gonna do the reverse process and put it all back together. There it goes. Let me do these connections. Okay. Now I'm gonna add these 4 bolts back. All right, make sure you don't torque these down very tight. Like I said earlier, this is aluminum, so you don't want to strip it like that freaking bolt or whatever it broke. Yeah, just kind of get it snug, just nip it up. This is the one that broke. Okay, we're gonna add our little spacer that came with the throttle body spacer kit. I don't know if this is even threading back in there or what's, yeah. Wow, okay, that bolt's just gonna sit there. Cool, shouldn't go anywhere. Okay, this guy, of course the throttle cable. Okay, there it is. Snap that back. And connects to this. Snaps on. All right, now we just gonna connect this hose, connect this hose, and start her up. That will wrap it up. Everything's buttoned up. I think it looks pretty good. I'll drive it a while, and if I don't make a follow-up video, then that means it worked. Now it's official. So yeah guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. I really hope it helps you. If you have any problems with this, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to help you. Yeah, guys, thanks. Have a good one.